Let me tell you something powerful. If she's watching your stories within minutes, if she somehow knows what's happening in your life without you telling her, if her friends casually mention your name like it just came up, that's not random. That's emotional curiosity. And curiosity does not grow in the soil of indifference. It grows where attachment still exists. When someone is truly over you, they detach. They don't feel the urge to check. They don't feel the need to know. There's no emotional pull driving them toward your updates. But when feelings are unresolved, the mind searches for information. Why? Because uncertainty creates tension. If she misses you, but refuses to admit it, her ego becomes her shield. She won't text first. She won't openly say, "I've been thinking about you." Instead, she observes quietly, strategically. She checks if you're happy. She checks if you've changed. She checks if there's someone new replacing her. Not because she doesn't care, but because she cares too much. Missing someone creates anxiety, and anxiety demands reassurance. Social media becomes her window into your world. Every story you post either comforts her or unsettles her. If you look happy without her, that stings. If you look lonely, that gives her hope. If you post someone new, that triggers comparison. So when she acts unbothered publicly, but stays updated privately, understand this clearly. Silence does not equal emotional closure. Sometimes silence means she's battling pride. Sometimes silence means she's afraid of rejection. Sometimes silence means she's trying to move on but hasn't succeeded. If she didn't care, she wouldn't look. Observation is emotional investment in disguise. And if she's still investing attention in you, then whether she admits it or not, you still occupy space in her emotional world. Here's Female Psychology 1, and most men misunderstand this part completely. When a woman is truly done, she becomes calm. Not dramatic, not reactive, just neutral. Neutrality is the real sign of closure. But when she still has feelings, they leak. Emotions that aren't expressed directly will always come out indirectly. Maybe she gets irritated over something small. Maybe she posts quotes about loyalty, self-respect, or never settling. Maybe she unfollows you impulsively, then follows again days later. Maybe she suddenly starts posting glow-up pictures. That's not randomness. That's internal conflict. Part of her wants to move forward. Part of her is still emotionally attached. And when those two parts fight inside someone, the behavior becomes inconsistent. She might seem cold one day and reactive the next. She might ignore you publicly, but stalk you privately. She might act strong around others, but feel emotional alone. Why? Because she's trying to convince herself she doesn't care anymore. But emotions don't disappear just because the ego demands it. Here's the key truth. When someone truly doesn't matter, they don't trigger you. If your silence still triggers her, if your success still affects her mood, if your presence, even from a distance, still creates reactions, that's emotional attachment. Indifference looks boring. Attachment looks unstable. So if she's inconsistent, reactive, or subtly expressive, it's not because she's over you. It's because she's fighting feelings she hasn't processed. And internal battles always show up externally. Now, listen carefully. This one is subtle but powerful. She may never text, "I miss you." Instead, she'll say, "Did you see this? This reminded me of you. Hope you're doing okay." It's casual, light, almost harmless, but it's intentional. When a woman misses you but won't admit it, she creates soft openings instead of emotional confessions. Why? Because vulnerability feels risky. If she directly says, "I miss you," She exposes herself. She risks rejection. She risks looking weak. So instead, she tests the emotional temperature. She sends something small, a meme, a random question, a shared memory disguised as humor. It's not about the message, it's about the door. She's seeing if it's still open. If you respond warmly, she relaxes. If you respond coldly, she retreats. If you ignore her, she protects herself by acting distant again. This isn't manipulation, it's emotional self-protection. People who care but fear rejection move indirectly. She doesn't want to lose access to you completely, so instead of demanding closeness, she maintains light connection. It's like keeping one foot in the doorway, not fully inside, not fully gone. And if she keeps creating these small bridges, understand something clearly. You don't build bridges toward places you're done with. Soft communication is still communication. And if she's still reaching, even gently, it means the emotional thread between you hasn't fully broken. Here's the deepest sign of all. If her friends still know updates about you, if your name still comes up in her conversations, if she compares new people to you, she's not emotionally finished. People do not repeatedly discuss someone who means nothing to them. Even negative attention is attention. If she says, "He was immature," if she says, "I deserve better," if she says, "He changed," that means you still carry emotional weight. When someone is truly done, they stop analyzing you. They stop referencing you. They stop measuring others against you because indifference is quiet. Attachment is noisy. If she compares her new guy to you, you're still the standard. If she asks about you indirectly, she's still curious. If she reacts emotionally to your growth, you still matter. Emotional detachment looks like peace. Emotional attachment looks like reaction. So remember this powerful truth. Indifference is silence. Emotion is investment. And if she's still emotionally reacting in any form, positive or negative, then you still exist in her mental and emotional space. When someone no longer matters, they disappear from conversation. If you haven't disappeared, then neither have her feelings.